everybody. I am here for day 47 of the 100-day project. And today I am going to create a charm using these fabrics and a stick. I've got, this is actually a piece of packing paper that has some of that plaster of Paris mixture on it. Here is a piece of velvet that, as you know, gives me all kinds of fits when I try to use it. I have a piece of sari ribbon, which is sort of distressed looking. I believe it was originally pink, and somehow it's gotten some gesso or something on it, something black. So then I have a piece of muslin that is tea-dyed. I have a piece of a napkin, I believe, that has some of the plaster of Paris mixture on it. And then I have this piece of, I believe it's a canvas that it looks like I rust dyed it or something. Or anyway, it's been dyed. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to stitch these pieces together, and then I'm going to attach the whole thing to that stick, hopefully, if all goes well. So I have 6 strands of embroidery floss, and I'm going to stitch it from the bottom up, because that way my thread will be at the top and I'll be able to sew the stick on. Wrap the papers and fabrics around the stick, and I know I'm going to need my hemostat, so hang on just 1 second. Excuse me. I do have a knot in the thread. I'll need to pull it tight and then resituate everything. Actually, it came through the paper, so we'll have to catch it on the way back. Okay, so I'm going to, I believe, do some cross stitches here. I am not a perfectionist, so if it's a little crooked or if my cross stitches are a little wonky, it just adds to the character, and so it does not bother me. I don't know where I heard this saying, it was not an original of mine, but when I was a quilter in another life, excuse me, I always told my students that if on a galloping horse, in other words, if your stitches are crooked or you have a little bit of a mismatch on your seams, that if it is not visible as you're galloping by on a horse, then it is not, no reason for worry. I'm still, I think I've got that. I wasn't sure that I was going to have the, that piece of paper attached. It's old. I do have to be a little mindful of how straight it is, because I got to attach it to the stick when I get to the other end. Okay, so what happened to the needle? That is, I'm now making the second crossing over the stitch. I should have done it the other way, because my thread's going to be at the top instead of at the bottom, but no biggie. I maybe should have pinned these together. I had them pinned together before I started the video. Everything is getting tangled up, including the stick. Okay, let's see. All right, there's the first cross stitch. I'm going to skip down a little bit. This time I'll start it at the top, and that way my thread will end up at the bottom, which is what I want. Right now, I've been kind of behind on getting my videos up. Right now, the video for day 45 is running. Like I told you, it takes forever. It takes hours and hours to get it to upload onto YouTube. But I'm catching up anyway. And I'll get this one, hopefully get this one up to date too. I am closing in on the halfway mark, which is kind of fun. Not that I'm anxious for this to be over, because it doesn't take a lot of time. It takes more time figuring out what I want to do than it, you know what, that just looks like a straight stitch. I'm going to go ahead and do a straight stitch instead of another cross stitch. Maybe I'll do one at the top, but we'll see. It doesn't take so long to actually make the charms or the clusters. It takes a little while, a little time to actually decide on what I want to include in it. And so the project has not been, I've done some projects, 100-day projects, that have taken me hours to do. This is not nearly that. So I've enjoyed making them, and like I told you yesterday, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them. I may put them on my website and sell them, but I don't know if I'll do that or not. So if you want to vote on that, if you have interest in purchasing them, you can let me know, and I'll maybe add them to my website. My website is Mary Janes with an S studio.com, all one word. MaryJaneStudio.com. My first name is Mary, although I go by Jane. I'm not sure why that happened, why they call me Jane instead of Mary, or instead of Mary Jane, because I'm from the South. That would have been a normal thing to have happen, to be called Mary Jane, two names. But I was always Jane, and so it's Mary Jane Studio. Okay, so I'm kind of at the top, and I need some fabric and paper to roll over the stick. So let me see if I have enough stick. Yeah, I think so. All right, so I'm gonna start with it and roll it a little bit. And I'm not planning to get everything in this roll. Some of it will be loose from the top. I mean, obviously it's sewn together. So I'm at the back. I'm going to Let's see, maybe I'll start from the middle. So if you wanted to check out my studio, my website, I would appreciate that. Let me know if you see anything that catches your interest. And for some reason, I've gotten quiet. I'm actually surprised that I am able to carry on a conversation while I'm doing art as much as I do, because I am basically an introvert. I don't when I'm in a crowd, I generally am kind of off by myself, and I'm not the center. I don't like being the center of attention, and so I never really thought that I'd be able to fill up the time. It's not a long time, but any time really, where I talk through all of these videos. So I'm kind of, I surprised myself, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This is not going as planned exactly. Okay, now I've wrapped it around. I'm going to leave a bit of a length there to hang it. I'm going to go over to the other side and I don't know if I need to tie it or what, but anyway, go over to the other side and wrap it. I've still got the needle on the thread on my needle, so because I got to sew the other half of it, I didn't sew it all the way across. And I'm going to run out of thread, so let's see, we're going to do something else. This is called planning on the fly. Okay, I'm going to stop this and find, well, you know what? Oh, no, that's purple. Okay, change of plans. I'm going to continue stitching the wrap here where I've, wrapped it. I'm going to come up in the center where I started with this brown thread. I'm not going to wrap it around the stick. I'm just going to attach these pieces to the stick. And then I'm going to use some rusty wire to make a hanger. that seemed like a logical thing to do, so that's what I'm doing. Well, I am caught on the stick. There we go. It would be better if this stick was a little bit longer, but it's not. I think it'll be fine once I get the wire on there. This should be the last stitch. And I'm gonna, looks a bit ratty on the back, but it's the way it is. I'll tie a knot. And then I'm gonna tie another knot. Okay, I'm gonna cut this thread, and now I'm gonna take some wire and make a hanger. It looks kind of cute from the front. The back is a bit, like I said, a bit ratty. For a little hook here, wrap it around. And cut it. I don't want to use those scissors. Excuse me for reaching over. Out of the way. And here we are. Don't look at the back. Here we are for day 37. I mean 47. I get that number, oh my goodness. It's day 47 of the 100-day project. And if you're interested in this washi tape, it's by Lisa Young, and she has lots of pretty things in her shop. So thank you for joining me, and I do hope to see you tomorrow.